Hi, welcome to Sentry Equipment's ice cream production video. I'm Rob Romarino.
And I'm Angelo D'Ambrosio.
And today we're going to be making cake batter ice cream with birthday cake pieces. Now the beautiful part of making your own ice cream is you can really do whatever you want. There's no limitations. So in the cake batter we're going to be making today, we have a 14% butterfat vanilla ice cream mix. We have some birthday cake pieces, and then we're going to use a cake batter base to give it that cake batter flavor. We're also going to use a little bit of yellow food coloring to give it a yellow color to the ice cream. When you're making ice cream, you got to be cognizant of the fact that it's marketing. And this ice cream is going to sit into a dipping can that the people are going to see, and people really want to see colors. Last thing we want to do is look in a dipping can and see nothing but white, nothing but light colors. We want to see some yellows, some pinks, some greens, some browns. It helps sell the ice cream even better, and it helps market your store that much better. So today we're going to be making it in our B12 batch freezer. Our B12 batch freezer is going to make 1 tub of ice cream in about 6 to 7 minutes, depending on the flavor itself. Okay, it is a 12-quart cylinder. As you can see here, we have a dasher system with 3 blades, single latch door that locks in place, built-in water hose, digital timer. So we have all the features that make making ice cream or water ice or whatever you're making user-friendly. So we're going to be making 1 tub of product today. So we've already sanitized the machine and we're ready to get rolling here.
First thing we're going to start with is our ice cream mix. We're going to put 5 quarts. You want to make sure you shake up the mix.
As you can see, we have a 4-quart container here. So essentially Angelo's going to fill this up to 4 quarts, and then we're going to just add another quart after. You want to make sure you shake up the bags or the containers, whatever you're using, because a lot of times some of the solids in the mix separate. And especially if you're not using the whole bag, if you're making it in like a B12 machine, you're not going to use the whole bag. So you want to shake it up so you have a good consistent product in there. Hold this for you. Okay, just put a quart in there.
I'm going to add another quart here.
Yep. And the good thing is, for our next tub, we're ready to go. We can just pour that bag in for our next tub as we do through our production. Okay. I always like to grab all the mix out of my containers because mix is money. What I just scraped out of there could be a scoop or 2 of ice cream. It may not seem like a lot, but over the course of the season, it sure adds up. So now I'm going to add a quart of our cake batter base. It's a pretty thick, delicious base. It smells great. I actually want to just jump in here right now. So I'm using a number 10 can. Number 10 can comes with lids, which is nice. You pop the lid back on and seal everything up. So we're going to add this right into there. Again, some of the art in making ice cream comes into play. I'm putting a quart of base in here. Maybe you think it needs a little less. Maybe you think it needs a little bit more. When you develop your recipes or you work with somebody like us here that helps you develop your recipes, that's when you're going to figure this stuff out. Taste is very subjective. So a quart is just our way. It doesn't have to be your way. So see, Angelo's going to scrape all the birthday cake batter goodness out of there and make sure we incorporate it with our ice cream. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mix. I use a little hand mixer. Find it works best to blend the product in. And that cake batter is pretty thick, so we want to give it time to blend. You see, we're almost done blending here. I like to use a clear container so I can see if there's any product that hasn't been blended in. You can use a regular tub like that when you're doing the blending. You lose a little bit of visibility, so that's just kind of a preference of mine. So we're pretty blended in here. Now, if you look at this, it's kind of an eggshell color. It's really not deep yellow. And if I'm making cake batter, and I know Angelo, we talked about this before, we really like a yellow color, right? Like we talked about in the onset here, we want it to visually be marketing. So I'm gonna actually add a little bit of yellow food coloring in here.
Rob, how much food coloring we're gonna add to make it, just give it that right amount of color?
Well, it's a good question. Just a little bit, okay? Believe it or not, the food coloring is very, very potent, okay? And the more you add, if you add an ounce or so, it's gonna be really, really deep. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of a teaspoon in there and we're gonna look at it. When we make ice cream, it's trial and error, right? So when we add, before we add too much, always put too little. Look, taste, feel. If you think it needs more, you can always add more. But once you've overdone it, you can't go back. So you see that little teaspoon? Look how it changed the color.
It really makes a difference with just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually going to whisk this up a little bit too. So now we have a deeper yellow color, okay? I could add a little bit more, get a little bit more color in there, but I think that's good. What do you think?
I think it's good, yes.
Yeah. Again, ice cream, it's up to you and what you want to do and what you want to serve for your customers. So if you wanted a little bit more food coloring, go for it.